Hey, good day, future people. Good evening, wherever you're watching from. I just want to wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. It's that kind of day that we have come to bring you one of the most great voice of the day and or the week or the month, depending when you watch this brokers. So just want to round you up on things happening around Australia and things happening many places of the world, mostly in Africa, Nigeria. We're just interested in a lot of things that happens. I hope tonight's program you will enjoy it wherever you are. Lawube still remains a program that speaks to the mind of people, without being biased, on fair way. Doesn't mean that we we take trade in things happening around in wrong things happening around the world. We love to hear the good news. We love to hear how nations are progressing. We love to hear how individuals are, doing right things in their own community or in their own country, in their own state. So that's what Lawube is so much appreciated than any other thing. I'm saying that today is a very hefty day in Melbourne, where some people went for protests. We have been facing lockdown for quite some time now. So some people don't want the lockdown scenario. They want freedom. They want people to be able to go to their farm, to go to their workplace, go to wherever they want to go see their loved ones without any restriction. While the government is fighting hard to make sure that people stay based on COVID-19 restriction and the pandemic. Try to control the pandemic as much as possible so that the pandemic don't spread. All this is very tough time for the government. I must admit, it's a very tough time for the government to handle. So we keep hoping that all those will come to fruition if possible, so that people can be able to go to their normal daily activity, either work, business, whatever they do, so they can do, even to see the loved ones, even to see their loved ones, and have a quiet time, maybe coffee, food, meal. It's very hard. I know COVID-19 have killed so many people, and the government, with the population of Australia, which happen to be much smaller, so government is trying as much as possible to preserve life and make sure that people are not left out. The vulnerable ones, people that have lesser infect. So your immune system is not working properly, or maybe it has one problem or the other. So government understand that this can be a huge problem to those people. The Australian government decide to make sure that those people are protected, by asking all of us to just isolate the patients, to make sure that we give everybody, to make sure that everybody is able to stay at home. So when you stay at home, it will give those people something to do, and they can be able to, get themselves vaccinated. But when people are running around, when people start running around, they probably think, oh yeah, everybody's running around now. We can't handle staying at home. So in that way, the whole problem will unloose. Then we probably have too many deaths. I asked people that went for a rally today, while we love freedom of speech, it's also we take into account those people that may not be 100% healthy like you, that went out to run away. So have to also think about them and make sure they are okay. Let's try and encourage everyone to get vaccinated, and we hope this pandemic come down around Australia. Personally, I don't love the locking down and everything. As somebody who coach little kid, they keep getting up. Today they play soccer, tomorrow they are not playing. All those things have an effect. I don't like it. I want to see children enjoy the game to the uttermost. That's my own problem. I want them to enjoy as much as possible, because what happens is that if a child is in grade under 12 or under 11, And if you're under 11, probably be like 10 years. Once you didn't play that set this year, next year you're actually 11, so you play under 12 or under 14. That 1 year have been missed. If you're under 8, maybe you are like 7 years old. Next year you are playing under 12, so you have missed that under 8 age. I hope, and you won't get it back. You won't get it back. You only go, only go without come back. So that's very hurt me. If an adult can always, migrate from one team or the other. May have more years to play and enjoy, but those age grade is so important. That's why I always feel when I find out that those grade is not working properly. I know people may have come over here today and find that I probably not be around much. I came online late today. So bear with me if you're one of those people that checked me and you couldn't see me. So bear with me. Things happening around the world. Australian government have just dropped our sponsorship. Australian government have dropped the contract with the French government in building our submarine. That have attracted a lot of backslash among the French national. They feel that America and Australia could not keep up with they feel that Australia could not keep up the contract, and America have instigated Australia during the contract they have signed to build our warship or marine for us. To me, I believe every country have their choice. You may sign a deal. If the deal is a bad deal, you might decide to look elsewhere. So probably France deal with Australia may be a bad deal. So Australian government decide to tear the deal and ask America and UK to help us to build the warship. This is what we are talking. A country that's think progressively, that want to progress and do things. I want to progress. It's so tasty that we need to appreciate every time. If a country wants to progress, we need to give them the full credit. Australia have that sense of progressing. So we'll be thanking Australia for that and hope the submarine will be built and the threat of China may probably reduce. In Africa, we don't appreciate that. When we find the threat of China, we just allow things to go that way. Look at Australia, they take the best step and tow the contract immediately. Once they tow the contract today, so we're waiting for America and UK to start building our warship. That's what country is all about. We have to do that. So anyway, guys, before I start my tonight program, like you guys know, I always play my song, but tonight I'm going down to my cultural song and enjoy it, please. So guys, I enjoy some cultural music. Without cultural music, I don't know how we feel. Sometimes you get bored with westernized music, broken music. You just want to play some native music. It doesn't matter. Once it's around the culture, you just enjoy it and be happy. Culture is who we are. We can't change culture. We can't run away from culture, guys. Enjoy. Please share this if you want. Please share this in for me if you can. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your patience and listening to this music. I wish you understand what the music is actually saying. It will go a long way for you to understand what today's program is all about. It's a music that's touch heart so much, I don't know the name of the author. I think Sonny Bobo is the author, so you can search it on Facebook if you're interested in the music. If you're not an Igbo, this music is sung by Igbo traditional songwriter. So I believe you will find the music in YouTube just like I do. It's very, he said that if I can analyze some of the things he said, who knows who kills you? And, people can turn against you at any time. People can be chameleon, and people can betray you when you so much trusted on them. So that's kind of actually the topic of today. The topic of today is so emotional to a lot of people. So if whenever you watch this program, I implore you to please, argue your point respectfully. And let's digest what's just happened. I know people say politics is a game of the lions. So Some say it's not a game that you wake up early morning and join because your main political ally may betray you. We saw that in Australian Parliament when Goodluck rise up against oppose and take over. Similar thing can happen in America. America have recently have had some obedient vice president. So we haven't had any vice president in America that actually rise up and betray his president or speak against his president. So they have having a good run on that. But in Australia, in 2010, we had an uprising where the female deputy prime minister override the prime minister, came about and took over. That's attracted a lot of emotion. She became the first female prime minister Australia have, as Mr. Goodluck. People, she faced a lot of backlash too. Some people accused her that she came through the back door. Well, in saying that, that's seen as a betrayal too, because I think that goes a long way to Hawke Everard, that he actually run for election just to pull her down, even though he won't win. So same thing that today we are coming to talk about a very notable man in Nigerian politics. He has been there for a while. It's a man that has a good foundation from his parents, his great grandparents. So he was paved a way to be a politician. Today we can't understand his direction. Has been a guy that have created a chance to go around and speak to some of the agitation leaders and give them the hope that he is with them. But a few days were played out. Although rumors have been carried on, denied some of these rumors, but later he quickly showed up for the mess of. So today we are going to briefly look at the case of Femi Kayode. If you're watching me, I don't know, just look at Femi Kayode and then we'll try to make sense of his comments, and I hope people will digest more about his comment. If you're watching also, Lawube will have a video that will come out about Femi Kayode soon, so you follow us on YouTube and then we can get those full view of Lawube. So let's see, this is Femi Kayode himself coming for the first time. Look at how he's going behind Jagman for his first time to see Nigerian President Buhari, to pay his alliance and bowed him before a man that he have accused so much, a man that he have said, I won't have anything to do with this man, that this man is a barbaric, this man is that and that. Such a man that he have, said a lot about the man. Today, he is going back, to pay the same man homage and say, sir, irrespective of what I said about you in the past, I have come to say sorry and I want to follow you. But I'll just say, when you think about the Nigerian politics himself, you see, Kayode is, don't get me wrong, Kayode is a very, very outspoken man. He knows how to structure his content, or maybe his political speech. He knows how to structure, he knows how to actually convince you. He is also a very, very violent and arrogant man. So we'll see what is going on here. A meeting between him and the president of Nigeria. Soon they'll be coming out to share some view and share some light on their meeting in this topic. It will be something that we look onto and see how things went wrong, where the way went, too wrong, and how do we digest what just happened to us. We just hear from the airline after meeting the president what this guy have to say as a journalist. Thank you for Channel TV for interviewing the man anyway. Let's look onto him.
Newest member of the party to Mr. President and leader of the... Well, we are here to present our newest member of the party to Mr. President and leader of the party. Chief Femi Fani Kayode. He's the newest member of APC. We just received him, and in appreciation and understanding of Mr. President's vision and magnanimity.
How did the president receive him?
No, he received him very well. And, Mr. President is a magnanimous leader who shares his vision with anybody who is looking towards greater Nigeria. So he's happy, and he received him very well. He commended his courage.
Why APC?
Well, why not? The point is that I felt that this was the appropriate time to do the right thing, to put Nigeria first, and to appreciate the efforts that have been made, particularly in the last couple of years, in terms of security, fighting insurgency, fighting terrorism, and most importantly, is the appreciation of the fact that we must remain one as a nation, build bridges, work together to move the country forward. The efforts of the governor of Yobe State, the governor of Zamfara State, and a number of others, including the governor of Kogi and a number of others, in their respective states, and in moving this country forward and in helping Mr. President to move this country forward, cannot be ignored. And it's very, very important for us to appreciate the fact that when we see that there are good things that are happening, we appreciate those good things. Not time is right, we change direction to join forces and join hands to move the country forward. And
guys, Femi Kayode say when you see good things happening in the country, we ask ourselves, what are the good things happening in Nigeria? Nigerian president, the Senate recently, the Senate House of members, they are trying to approve billions of dollars your current presidents want to borrow again upon Nigeria is still owing China about $2 billion. Nigeria is still owing China. They want to approve another one. There's never infrastructure these people have fixed up. Nigeria has no power system. Nigeria have no electricity. Nigerians have no good road. Nigerians have no good hospital. There's no job creation in Nigeria. I wonder what Fani Kayode say good governance is. We just have to look at this man. This is a very learned guy. He's a guy that thought maybe he knows what he's saying. Today, we just go through all he's saying and see if there's any reason that this guy can switch in, that gives this guy the ground to lick his own vomit. Remy, one of the Goodluck cabinet members, like I was saying, one of the Goodluck cabinet members said Fani Kayode vomit and went and licked the vomit. How on earth? Well, even though he wants to join PDP, maybe APC, that would be maybe after Buhari. There's no way Femi Kayode should go back to lick the vomit, something you reject and said all sorts of things. How dare you go? Anyway, let's continue to listen to what he said. I've met him to join that. Let's keep on.
doing this doesn't mean we're enemies to anybody. All of us, even if we're in another party, the PDP or any other party or any other group, we can still work together across party lines, regional lines, ethnic lines and religious lines. The most important thing is for us to understand and appreciate the fact that Nigeria must not disintegrate. And those that want us to end up fighting one another in a war will be put to shame. And there are people that think like that, and that is what informed me to...
Simple. So you kind of no need to talk about people that think that there's no need for Nigeria to fight Nigeria to do that. That's Nnamdi Kanu. He said it. There are people that think that Nnamdi Kanu have this structure. Who said Nnamdi Kanu hate Nigeria? That's lie. Nnamdi Kanu actually asked Nigeria, okay, if you can say structure, you can structure, but allow people to vote for what they want. Yeah. Who said that, saying that, okay, there's people. Prince is in the meeting, man. Prince went to meeting today. Yeah. So who said that there's people that think they want to divide this country, do this, and there are people, he was very, very strong in saying that there are people, which Nnamdi Kanu, this guy have created opportunity to go into these guys and, give these guys, false sense of belonging, false sense of friendship, friendhood, and, Nnamdi Kanu was, regard him as a brother. Lawube will bring in video on YouTube that that says about this very guys, which I have no one I go to detail now. You can watch that in YouTube. It will be out maybe Tuesday. You watch that video on YouTube. I give you more in-depth of Femi Kayode himself. We know that he facing a lot of charges in Nigerian court system. So that may be one of those problems that makes him to switch to Buhari. He said people has intention to divide this country. Femi Kayode have not provided a solution. So he was now trying to sell out these guys in order to buy favor from Buhari. But I tell you something, I grew up in the north. I grew up in Maiduguri. I know that Hausa man, when you betray somebody, Hausa man will never trust you. There's something you guys don't understand. Fulani is hardly forgive you. Fulani and Kanuri. You see, there's people they call Kanuri in Hausa. Kanuri, Fulani, they hardly forgive you. The guy behind Kayode is not a Fulani guy. That guy is a Kanuri guy. He is a Kanuri. And Kanuri people, they are very kind people, just like Ali Sherima. Ali Sherima is a Kanuri. They are very kind people, but when you cross their line, they hardly forgive us. The same thing like Fulani. You hear about the things that happened years, Buhari is still having it in mind. That's actually a typical Fulani man. Femi Kayode is just walking dead. He's just walking dead. And I don't think he will. Let's see. Let me see. Sorry, I will read that. Let me take Femi Kayode. Yes, I'll read that. See what right. I say Femi Kayode going back to a party he swore never to join. Test you, politicians. They are politicians, my brother. Politicians are bloody liars and only care about their personal interests. It's not even personal interest he has. He's just trying to hide his criminal activity and try to see who he will gossip to. But I don't think he will find joy quite long. That's their way, politician. My brother, you have said the right thing. That's how I actually will qualify them anyway. So let's keep going on what this guy was saying that gave him that morale.
To meet Mr. President, was very gracious. He was very good to me today, spoke so well, and it's an honor for me to be here, and we will move the country forward together.
How do you think your former party, the PDP, will...
Now, let's say this. Femi Kayode said he will move this country together. Femi Kayode have been aviation minister, if you don't know. He had been that second-term minister he had been. He has never done anything. Nigerian airline is a waste. Have you flown Nigerian Airways before? I will have a video that I will show you to compare to other countries. Nigeria runaway system, like where the plane rise, it's not good. If flights are dropping down to the airport of Nigeria, you'll be carrying your heart in your hands, praying to God that nothing happens. When it rains, no drill system, like flight will literally stuck in there. Many countries, when you're coming down to the airport, you actually have some things that will actually, entice you. When you're coming down to Nigerian airport, it looked like a Jegule, a very clumsy area. This guy was once aviation minister. That's his job. What did he do? He siphoned the money. Now he's telling you to move this country forward. Look at his face. You know that definitely this guy is a criminal. He doesn't have anything to offer Nigeria. He doesn't have. He's just there to protect his interests or to find money to steal. That's what Femi Kayode is there to do. Just continue anyway.
Well, that's left to them. I have many friends in the PDP. If you remember, in 2013, I was actually one of those that formed the APC until there were a few issues and I went back to PDP. But I think it's an individual thing. As a party, of course, they may not be too happy, but I have no enemies there, and I have nothing negative to say about anybody there. I believe in moving the country forward together with everybody that believes in Nigeria and wants Nigeria to progress. And I also believe that we must recognize the fact that there are 2 more years for this administration or thereabouts. We must come together to make sure we survive it. We must come together to make sure Nigeria is a better place, and we must work together regardless of party affiliation. But whatever they say, whatever they choose to say, is entirely up to them. I have many friends there. Let's hope that they don't feel too bad about it. But we're all Nigerians. There are many people. If you ask my friend and brother, Governor Matawale here, there are many people within the PDP who really do want to come over to the APC. I can tell you that. I was there and very instrumental when Governor Umahi, joined the APC. I was there and very instrumental when Governor Ayade did the same.
For your record, Governor Mahi have come out to disagree with Femi Kayode, saying, when Kayode said that Governor Mahi was one of the inspiration that led him to go to APC, yeah, actually forwarded the whole thing and told him that it's a lie. That he actually for a long time have the intention of going to APC. Femi Kayode is trying to position himself in case Buhari is out there and he can be given a chance to be a minister again. And this very guy is a criminal, has nothing to offer. He's a violent man. You will know his credential, even to his wife and to his husband, one that he took him out, trying to kill. So this guy, all that he's saying here, we cannot find a good sense. I'm trying to piece out together to see how we can make sense on Femi Kayode's, switch to APC. How it can make sense for Femi Kayode to go and apologize to Buhari upon all you have said and all name you have called Buhari. Yes, nothing this guy can offer. We just continue. Let's see.
Same thing. I was there very instrumental when my friend and brother, Governor Zamfara, Governor Matawale, did the same thing. And there are many, many others. Some of the most, remarkable men in this country are still within the ranks of the PDP. It's our job to try to win them over now. Somebody like, if you don't mind me mentioning names, somebody like the governor of Enugu State, the governor of Oyo State, and of course my good friend, the governor of Bauchi State, great friends of mine. And I sincerely hope that they too may end up coming in this direction. But whether they do or not, the most important thing is that we work together as a people, as a country, and move our country together and fight and kill the terrorists and put to shame the foreign elements, and I emphasize that word, foreign elements, that want us to end up fighting one another in this country and turning our country into a massive refugee camp.
What will you be telling those that will criticize you for criticizing APC in the past and now you're in the past?
I'll say that the only thing in life, the only constant thing in life is change. You can't hold me to what I've said in the past if circumstances change. And I will always bow to superior argument and logic. For me, the primary cause today, and let me say this, there's no way I will renege on my fundamental core values and principles. Anybody that knows me will tell you that. I believe in certain things, how the country should be moved forward. I will fight for that from within this party to ensure it's done. I believe in fairness and in equity. But the most important thing for us today is this. We must not allow our country to fall apart based on disagreement and misunderstanding amongst one another. I've recognized the fact that we're very close to war. A lot of people don't know this, and God forbid we should go into that. We should come together, build bridge. So if they criticize me for that, it's their right to do so. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I've made a choice. I believe I've been led by the Spirit of God, and I will fight the cause.
Future people, you see, this is why I said religion is a problem. He heard what he said. He doesn't want to hurt anybody's feeling. These guys have thousands or millions of Nigerians, millions of youths that actually listen to him. Whenever he posts before his post carry maybe 10,000, comments, 3,000 comments. I say he doesn't want to hurt anybody. People actually see him as somebody who is speaking the truth until he decides to surprise everybody and turn away from the truth that he believes he's speaking. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. And the last one to make matter worse, he said, I believe that the Holy Spirit led me. You see, whenever a politician wants to get something in Nigeria, so-called Nigeria, he has two games to play. One, tribe. Two, religion. These two games, if you can play very well, you don't need to have anything in your head. If somebody that is attacking you, if you're an Igbo, like he's a Yoruba guy, if somebody that is attacking him, like me, Igbo, the best politics he can play now to win people over is to say, Igbo guy are attacking me because I'm a Yoruba. If it happens that I'm a Yoruba guy like him too, the best politics for him to play is that maybe my religion. You say, oh, you are Christian, I am a Muslim. You're attacking me based on my religion. These are the two things Nigerian politicians offer you. Femi Kayode have come to offer this to you Christians, telling you that the Holy Spirit lead him to. Forgetting that God said that you should not lie with my name. And this guy is here lying with the name of God. Tomorrow, if something happened to him now, we'll blame his friends, blame his relatives. Not knowing that this guy have used his own mouth. You see? See, I know what you're saying is true. No, knowing that this guy is lying, tomorrow church people will go and be praying that God ministers to Femi Kayode. That's the simple thing. Today we are seeing criminal lying, that Holy Spirit. Let's keep hearing this guy. You know, I'm a very good Christian, but I keep telling people that if I have my way to be a governor, I will close down all churches. I will close down all churches. In Australia here, you hardly see churches everywhere. Every church here is accounted. You are monitored by the government. You can't tell lie that you make fake miracle, because when people say God healed me of cancer, they will go and verify the cancer. You have to get the proof where you are diagnosed with the cancer. And you can't just go to a hospital and ask them to give you a certificate, because other doctors will have to cross-check you. They will look the CCT, the scan you did, because one of the scan you did, the image will still be there, so they can extract that. So if somebody came and write rubbish, and I wonder a doctor in Australia that will study for maybe 8 years and only to come and lie to you, no, they won't do that. Because in Australia, when you lie in that way, you can be deregistered. When you say deregistered, your doctorate certificate is gone. So you won't lie. Not like in Nigeria, a doctor, you may say a doctor told you that. The doctor may say, okay, take money and tell that, white lie. But here, you can't do that. If you do that, you're at risk of getting deregistered. If they find it true, because other doctors will prosecute you. They have what we call they have their standard. They have their standard. If you break that standard, then you face the consequence. So that's what we have to see. So this guy is lying that God said this and God said that. That's totally lie. I feel and I hope Nigerians will not buy this guy. He's just a political criminal going around, finding a way to make his living. Let's continue, guys.
And fight for what I believe is right within this party, as I would anywhere. I will never give up on my core values and principles. Thank you.
Femi Kayode say, I will never give up in my core value and principle. You have just literally give up with your core value and principle. You said over your dead body you will like Buhari. Over your dead body we do that. Over your dead body we do that. That somebody insult you for saying that you are going to APC. That's your value, because you have a value, you have a dignity. That's why you don't want to give up that. But you have literally give up that in order to come and suck Buhari's leg. Suck Buhari's leg. I hope it was kind of. It was bizarre. It was bizarre. Anyway, guys, let's continue this and finish up this.
About the activities of the program,
of what?
Yoruba Nation.
Sorry, of the what?
Activities of the Yoruba Nation.
Yes.
The problem is raised issues about yesterday. Activities are inimical to the system of the government. What would you say to that?
Well, the issue of the Yoruba Nation and self-determination is one that's well explored, well examined, and I would never say, and I wouldn't say it here or anywhere else, that people do not have the right to self-determine. However, what I will say is this: you cannot do so on the basis of violence, of killing people, of saying that I'm going to kill if I don't have my way, and I would never support such a thing. My answer to those that believe in self-determination is this: that we need to win.
Guys, when this guy is saying believe in killing, he's actually referring to Nnamdi Kanu. Femi Kayode is a full betrayal. Just name the name. Yeah, because Nigerian federal government always believe that Nnamdi Kanu killed, forgetting what they did to IPOP. Just saying kill or not kill. It's these guys, because Sunday Igboho, they engaged all those Fulanis, henchmen that came to kill the villagers. This is what this guy is trying to, play, the kind of politics he's trying to play, which is too bad. Very, very bad. Very, very bad of him. Very bad of him.
Win them over through understanding, love, dialogue, and reaching out to them to make them see the value of a united Nigeria, providing everything is fair within this country. The argument they always put is that things are not fair, and therefore we must go. Well, when people talk like that, the answer to it is that, look, we have a duty and an obligation to make things fair and reasonable so that you will not say that anymore and we can work together to move the country forward. People can voice their views and voice their opinion, but what I completely reject is armed conflict or people picking up arms to effect their purpose on either side. I think that's unacceptable. I would never support that. Thank you.
So how do you feel about this new development?
Well, I thank God for this, and I know we have taken time doing this project, and today it comes to reality that my friend is the campaign from PDP to APC, which I am part of all the process, and I thank him for his courage as a very reputable person and a man of his word. He promised that he is going to come together with me. But due to some circumstances, when I come in Zamfara, he intends to do his own here in Abuja, which today we are here, and he has fulfilled his promise. We thank you for that.
Thank you guys for watching to the program. I just want to say this: it's very hard it's very hard how politicians work in Nigeria. Politics, people say it's a dirty game. Politics is that, it's that. I don't think so. In here, we have Liberal Party, we have Liberal Party, we have Labour Party, we have National, we have a lot of things, parties. But it's very hard for people to decamp from their party to the other party. When you go to your party, you swear an oath. You look at before you join the party, you look at what they stand for. You think, okay, this is yours. If you think that the thing they stand for is not working, you can run for a post. When you are elected, you can make a change on those things that you think is not working. If you are a politician and stand up and criticize your fellow politician, because he's doing the wrong thing, or you feel he's doing the wrong thing, at the end of the day, you went back and pleaded. Why, if you know that what you criticize this politician is wrong, you can come out, you don't need to join the party and tell the public that, well, I have criticized this man, he have done a good job by fixing those things, and now I apologize to him and we move on. Femi Kayode's ways is very hurtful. I don't know what, when I grew up in the North, they not always say that Yorubas are berebe. They call them berebe, which means they can actually switch at any time. They will tell you that if it's Igbo man, now Igbo man is their problem. That Igbos hardly give up that way. But Yoruba, when he said this, you say, hey, when you want to harass him, he will turn around. I fail to believe that, well, because I have a lot of Yoruba friends. So I think it's an individual thing. It's very hard for you to generalize things because few people from that race are doing it. But it's disappointing again when you see that on Femi Kayode. You begin to question, is that you find it, you begin to think, oh, what is this guy? Femi Kayode, he has facing many charges. I look at those charges he's facing, maybe because the EFCC, the young man who happened to be the EFCC chairman, may he recover quick. I like the guy. He looks young, and I want the young youths, because when the young youth take position and if they're doing the right thing, they're very vibrant. He probably pull up Femi Kayode's file again. When he was a vision minister, he had so much money. I think he ate about 20 million naira. That 20 million naira is still in question up to today. So the probe is still on, and people don't know that. That's what have led him to APC. Also, he was hoping that if Buhari should resign, or Buhari should finish his tenure, the next APC leader may give me portfolio. But Nigeria cannot trust you. What you have just done, tell people that you are not meant to be trusted. Femi Kayode. Femi Kayode is not meant to be trusted. He has no idea. Somebody wrote here that Femi Kayode is there for his own selfish interest. I strongly believe that is what he is there for. We are trying to motivate our Nigerian youths that will have dignity, that will have self-control, that will be content, that will be able to speak. You know, Nigeria is fast growing in Africa. Nigeria is fast growing. It's just the Islam pulling Nigeria back. Nigerians are, when you meet a common Nigerian, you articulate properly. He will actually tell you a lot of things that you may be surprised compared to other Africans. Nigeria could have gone very far if at all these people are working together. If a Nigerian guy came abroad, it's very easy for him to, before you know, he start mingle, even a place he don't understand the language. I know many guys I saw in Indonesia, Vietnam, Malaysia, they can't, even when they don't understand the language, they just integrate because they are growing faster, both Igbo, Yoruba, and few ourselves. So by electing people like these that cannot, you know, have a straightforward, they have misled a lot of people. And I'm shocked that anybody may even give Femi Kayode a clap on what he did than to give him a slap. Some people say what he did, no, he has his own choice to do whatever you want to do. Yes, that's true. You can't do that. But you can't do that on the expense of millions of people that look up to you. That would be a selfish interest. If you tell me that politics involve selfish, then I will tell you, when you're selfish, those that elect you want they rebel. And when they rebel, that would be a very wrong thing. So I don't know how Nnamdi Kanu, let me see, I don't know how Nnamdi Kanu will feel. I don't know how Sunday Igboho will feel in the anyway, congratulations to Sunday Igboho himself. Recently, you know, the magistrates, you know, asked the Nigerian government to pay him 20 million naira, 20 billion naira, which is good. It's a good thing. Then I question, you know, we posted something I asked why Nnamdi Kanu case that happened at Faruku on September 14th was not also filed against Nigerian government so that Nnamdi Kanu can be paid. So the money he got, he will use it to compensate the wives of those people that died during the raid of Nigeria military raid of his compound, and the children and those that are injured, they can take care of them. So you can, you know, can go up to $500 million, billion naira, not 500 million, 500 billion naira, and see how it go. I want to thank you guys. You know, Kayode have shown that he's not somebody to be trusted, and it's just very hard to have such a man coming out to lead Nigerians or the youth because he has nothing to offer. He's just there to protect his criminal interests. As we look into Kayode, guys, look onto my video that will coming out on Tuesday. I have a lot to say about Kayode. Let's just quickly go to our sister. Like you guys know, Kayode was a member of Goodluck Jonathan cabinet. And Goodluck Jonathan cabinet members have come up to condemn all his saying, condemn all his movements, and say he's just a kind of dog eating back his vomit. It's a slap. Why a lot of Goodluck Jonathan members are overseas exploiting and doing great things, something like Reno, something like Ngozi, that Femi Kayode is running room to room, thinking for a place to gossip and who to say this and who not to say that. It is a shame that the former minister of the country, a brilliant man like him, would think of that thing, think of that way. It's a shame, and we hope that our youth will learn to have integrity, will learn to be content, will learn to speak the truth, will learn for justice to reign. You know, we learn not to associate with the enemy that we saw that is oppressing people. We actually come down to give the enemy credit instead of, you know, criticize. If nobody criticizes us in this world, we may be wrong totally because we think everything we do is right. But when somebody pull us over and say, bro, what you are doing is not right, then we can think twice. We can be able to reset our brain. I thank you tonight. As you know, it's almost 1 hour program that we do. I thank you tonight for watching. And if you watch later, please, you share this video wherever you are to watch. You help us share the video so we can reach live. Also, if you guys are on YouTube, you guys also share. And we have our draw that we have put here. I ask you guys that, you know, tomorrow I will give people number, and hopefully the draw will be called before Wednesday. We know who's our winners, I'll make sure that the winners receive their bonuses. As we round up our program, we use the opportunity to thank Ngozi, who so much appreciate such a brilliant lady. Remember, Buhari tenure came down and drive these very brilliant people. During Ngozi's time, Nigeria was doing very well. Economically, it was doing very well. These are brilliant brain that Nigerian government could have retained, but out of selfish and ignorance, they drive them away. Today, those people are producing much for people. Ngozi has become very influential lady in the world, and today we are all admiring her. If Buhari was somebody who has a very, outspoken mind or a very sound mind, an unbiased mind, he could have picked up most of Jonathan's ministers. They are very brilliant. Remy was a brilliant guy. He just only have to just make sure. Even the what's her name? The lady that went to UK, she's also the petroleum minister. She's a brilliant lady, because even when we know that Jonathan tenure, there's corruption going by, money is flowing, the country is functioning. Nigeria economy is rated highest. It's rated about 6. So these people, they know their game. In Nigeria, if Nigerian people only need little thing in order to make living, little thing. If you give them electricity, give them water, give them a good road, good hospital, give them a good school, allow Nigerians, they will be very creative. I'm telling you, Nigeria will turn, common Nigeria, they will turn that place to London. It just, what is London? They will turn it beyond London. The Nigerians just need little thing. They don't ask so much. They just ask, give us enabling environment and watch us flourish. A common Nigerian guy, as I go, then we just work on a chief diplomat, and we just have 1 or 2, then we just like, hey bro,
how we doing?
Fine. How your side now?
Very good, very good.
Nice to see you. I'll say you are busy and almost like we are finishing up our program, and just say you're calling. I say, okay, let me just listen to you. We weren't here. How your week? Have you been busy or?
Well, the week is good now, but what about Ambassador Jeff and Prince?
Ambassador Jeff said he will be finishing around 10:30. That's true, actually. So it's almost 10:30. I told him I will finish by then. And Prince went to a meeting, according to him. I'm not sure. Yeah, Prince said he went to meeting. And Ambassador Jeff, I think Ambassador Jeff told me he finished work around 10:30, which is, finished by now. I don't know if he's driving home or not. So yeah, that's it. How are you?
Very good. Nice to meet you people today.
Yeah, nice to meet you, bro. So just like, we are talking about Femi Kayode and his switch to APC and Ngozi's award by Time Magazine among the 100 influential people, which, very, very good for us. And also, I going through that Ngozi's profile, and Goodluck Jonathan, most of his cabinet members are doing well. Goodluck Jonathan is doing well on his own self, banging award, being respected in many places in the world, and maybe in African nation. And Remy, another of his cabinet members, are doing well. Only Femi Kayode is like switching from one room to the other. Switching from one. So what do you think about Femi Kayode?
If you look at from the beginning, you realize that it's a very clear something, because as far as the country is concerned, there is what.
Yeah, I think Chief Diploma is having a technical issue. So we'll continue to.
So according to him, he said he was confused. He was convinced about something. That is why, according to him, Holy Spirit led him to join APC.
That's only that thing will make me to ban churches in Nigeria. I'm telling you.
So when you look at it, he has his own perspective and his own areas of conviction that make him to join the All Progressive Congress. If you look at it, Femi Kayode was not the first person to decamp from one party to another party. Yeah. And people are looking at it that he does not look at his own integrity. But looking at Nigeria politicians and their body language, you will agree with me that there is a fundamental movement, fundamental right. Everybody has their own fundamental right. Freedom of speech, freedom of association. And for him to convince that he wants to be part of the All Progressive Congress, it is his own decision. It's his own personal decision. So some persons are also saying that Femi Kayode is a friend to Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho. But let me also tell you that nobody knows why Femi Kayode decided to join the All Progressive Congress. Maybe you don't know he has an interior motive where he can able to be part of the All Progressive Congress to also to at the same time to negotiate on behalf of his own friends, Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho. So sometimes in every decision somebody took, you cannot finally crucify or to say the person's decision is not uncalled for. So everything has its own areas. So I believe, I always told people, you can see most of our program here, I make the whole viewers and our followers to understand something that for you to decide anything in the society, either you be part of the political party or you're part of the activism. Activisms and politics is different thing. When you are activism, you follow your activism line. When you are politicians, you behave like politicians. And I believe Femi Kayode is former Minister for Aviation under President Goodluck Jonathan government. And I know many people say that Femi Kayode is a very close associate to former President His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. And I believe for him to move from the informal party, which is the People Democratic Party, to All Progressive Congress, it is his own personal decision. So he has right to belong to where he wants to belong as far as the freedom of movement and freedom of association is concerned. So which I believe that those who are castigating him by leaving the All Progressive Congress should allow him to do what he wants to do. Because as a human being, he has the reason why he left PDP to join APC. Some of us, we are not politicians, but we are realists and we are activists. And that is why we always believe that whatever thing happened, we think critically. We examine what caused it. Because in every social action, there is a cause, which I believe sincerely that maybe nobody knows. Femi Kayode has the mind to be part of the All Progressive Congress to dialogue with the present government. How he can help. And you can see recently something come up that there is a ministerial position waiting for Femi Kayode. I don't know whether it's true or not, but it is all over all print media and social media. So I think the most I read the papers from other online media and some other areas. So one thing we need to know is that's why I always say that Nigeria youth most especially have to think inwardly about the situation of the country. It's not about those who lead political parties only. You as a person, what is your solution? What do you have? What are the things you are doing that you can make differently outside of the other person? Should be the mindset. By if you look at all the social media, you can see the breaking news nowadays is the fashion of the Femi Kayode to All Progressive Congress. I think his own personal decision. I don't think it's a bundle to any other person. He decided to join where he wants to belong. Even the 1999 Constitution says that there is freedom of association, freedom of movement, freedom of religion. Somebody who is Muslim today can say, I don't want to be a Muslim, I want to go to Christianity. Somebody who is a Christian can decide to say, I don't want to be part of Christian, I go to Muslim. So it's a freedom of association and freedom of movement. It is already enshrined by the 1999 Constitution. So I think leaving your own political party and go to another political party is not a crime. It is not a crime. It's just like maybe he don't like to want to be part of a PDP. He don't know what is pressing him. He don't know why he moved from that party to another party. So that is his own decision. So I think that cannot be a discussion as far as me I'm concerned. It is own personal decision. He went to APC, is better for him, his own personal decision. If it's not better for him, his own personal decision. But you know, some persons look at it that they are looking at the integrity. What do you understand by integrity? That is the question. If somebody say Buhari is not good, he castigate Buhari, and today the person has said he see Buhari as an angel. So it is the belief of the person, it is the conviction of the person. So it is you may not see it as that way, but the person have said this is what he has observed recently. You know, sometimes two enemies can become friends, and that is politics for you. The right language of politics is there is no permanent friend and there is no permanent enemy. So to looking at it, there are some persons who are from APC who have decamped to PDP. There are some persons who are PDP who decamped to APC. So let me tell you something, whether you like it or not, in the society we are, as Nigeria is concerned, everybody is associating where they recognize their relevance. That is the truth. It's about relevancy. As you are there, somebody who did not value your own contribution, who did not value your own idea, will you waste your time? You must seek for another where you can able to recognize, where people can recognize your value, recognize your system of understanding, recognize your personality. That is how it is. Maybe Fani Kayode have realized that he has something in the APC that they will recognize him to do. So let us look at the outcome of his own defunction. If it is better for him, at the end of the day, the whole story will still come out. And there's one thing we need to understand, that reality is already reality. You cannot take reality away. So which I believe politics is a game of interest. As far as politics is a game of interest, everybody, every politicians you are seeing today are fighting for where their interest lies. That is the truth. That is the truth. And that is the fundamental truth about it. Everybody is seeking for where he can get relevance, where his own opinion can be counted, where his own value can be accommodated. That is how it is. If, for example, now husband and wife fight for house, and then the husband said, I don't want to marry you again, and the man go ahead to marry another woman, the woman go and marry another man, is that a crime? So sometimes it's a contract. Even a political party is a contract. If you sometimes when you find out that your contract has been expired, then you can move on. But compared to other countries, let me be sincere to you. Compared to other countries like US, where they practice Democrat and Republican, you will never see somebody who is Democrat move to Republican. You never see somebody who is Republican move to Democrat. It can never happen because all of them has what is called ideology. They believe in their ideology. But in the Nigeria political system, let me tell you, where is the ideology? If truly they believe in the ideology, you cannot move from one political party to another party. But in Nigeria, everybody is looking for what can benefit them. One governor will spend 8 years in one party, and he knows that the party will not give him another ticket. He's looking for another party where he can get relevant, where he can get opportunity. That is the kind of politics Nigeria is operating. And that is why the youth need to know this and begin to think about the mandate of every political party. That's why some of us are not politicians. That's why we don't belong to any political party, because we have never seen any party that have a consolidated ideology that they will stand by it and they will build on it without being defaulting to one party to another party. Sometimes it becomes a political marriage. You marry from one political party to another political party. So I think Fani Kayode issue, for me, is not issue for discussion. Let us allow him to belong to where he wants to belong, as far as he has the freedom of movement and freedom of association right.
What you said is true, actually, by the idea and what you said. I know, but to me, like you said, it's very hard in Nigeria for you to belong to one party. Atiku from this one, very soon Atiku probably go to APC because you may find it opportunity to be an APC member. many of those parties. Then we wonder why no opposition in Nigeria. Nobody is opposing Buhari, because if a government does not have opposition, the government is meant to fail. Opposition, what the opposition do is that they keep the government, they keep the leading party on their feet, you know. Not they didn't damage, but they question everything because they are also trying to get in power. So whatever they did, they will question it. They will try to twist it, so to make sure that the government will make mistakes. Just like when we are getting here, we have here our government is liberal, okay, but we have Labour. My state here, I mean Victoria, we have Labour, but the overall prime minister is liberal. So even the prime minister will say something, our Labour here will not buy the idea, but he actually do the same thing. He don't want the main prime minister to take the glory. You understand? So, but we have the opposition leader who is Labour. He's following the whole prime minister west, you know, west by west, tooth and nail or whatever you call it, and making sure that he holds him accountable always. When a prime minister made a slighted mistake, he will capitalize on that mistake and tell people that they can do better. Then you see the prime minister will come out and say, well, if this is how he did it, so he apologized and this is how we want to do it. When you don't have, if prime minister don't have opposition here, when they make mistake, we'll carry on with that mistake. You know, we'll carry on. But also, there will be a place that things arise. The opposition leader will come out strongly and say, we are one, we got your back. Like yesterday, Australian government just announced that contract we gave to France will be cancelled. They gave France contract to build about 2 submarines for us. After our prime minister had conversation with United States and UK, they decided to ditch France. So France now is like whinging over the whole thing. Well, opposition leader, you know, opposition leader came out and say, well, he supported the prime minister if the prime minister thinks that's the best option for us, so that we can have a strong military base in our sea. You know, China is always encroaching on us here. Chinese are not happy. That's why we need opposition. But in Nigeria, I don't have this opposition. Fani Kayode, my own problem with that Fani Kayode is that he swears over his dead body. He will not do that, he will not do that, he will not do that. That's totally wrong. A lot of people, you know, anchored on him, believing that he will be there. Even though he wants to decamp, let it be after Buhari. But, you know, I don't know, like you say, he has his right to decamp. That's true. That's his right to say whatever he wants to say. And people have right to hold the feelings, against him, or maybe forgive him, whatever people do. Such him. But telling me that it's Holy Spirit, what? I don't know. I don't work with that Holy Spirit. I don't know when the Holy Spirit sent him that message anyway. But it's kind of very hard for Nigerians, you know. Very, very outspoken guy. Femi Kayode, if I told that he capitalized very well, he could have been a very brilliant leader. He's very outspoken, very articulating. And him and Rochas have one similar, like, enticing ways that they can attract people to them, you know. They can draw empathy to them. But I don't know why he decided to join APC by this time. Well, he knows the best, like you said. And I hope it goes well for him. I hope he's not there. But again, I know the Northerners will never trust him. This is true. Buhari will hardly give such a man a strong portfolio. Buhari will hardly do that. Buhari is a Fulani man. You see, people don't understand one thing. There's strong people in Nigeria. One, are Fulani. 2, Kanuri. Have you heard of Kanuri people?
Yeah.
Abacha is from Kanuri. I speak Kanuri. Abacha is from Kanuri. Ali Sherima is from Kanuri. You know, Kanuri people also, they are very honest people. Very, very honest. Okay? They will give you every benefit of that. But once you betray them, it's hard for them to forgive, just like Fulani. Fulani never forgive. What you do, Fulani people, they will remember it maybe 30 years. They will have it at the back of their mind. They will play anyhow. But when they have opportunity, man, they will slaughter the person. They will slaughter you. So that's why what he did to Buhari will never forgive that guy. It's true. I grew up in the north. I don't want to use this against my Yoruba friend because I have too many Yoruba friends and others. I grew up in the north. They will always tell you that the people they don't like to associate much is Berebe. When they say Berebe, they call Yoruba Berebe. Why Berebe means that when you tell them something and they harass you, if you harass them back, they will give up so quickly. And that's what happened in Fani Kayode. So I think Femi Kayode is having a very strong case against him. During Goodluck Jonathan, he was the aviation minister. I think the federal government is probing him about $20 million, been at $4 million, $4 billion naira. He ate. I think that case is about to rise again. So the only way for him to save his face now is to join APC. This is what I thought. It was a shame. It was a shame. Anyway, Chief Diplomat, I'm rounding up before you call in and say, okay, let me give you 15 minutes and tomorrow. Luckily, Facebook have started releasing the main Lawube page, so I'm happy. They told me that people will not see it much, but they are releasing that page now. So okay, I saw to them. I saw it. So which is good, but we'll continue to watch them and see how it goes. So that Jordan Lawube page will start working soon, hopefully. Anyway,
thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for your contribution today, and hope to see you next week. And you look after yourself. Today in Victoria too, we have a riot. We have been in lockdown for a while. Since this year, we are always we hardly spend a month without lockdown here. Even currently, we are still in lockdown. And but the Jeff area is total lockdown. My area, a bit of movement. So I'm but today, our people decide to go out and protest about the masks. They want people to stop wearing masks. They want people to go out their business. The government told us that if we can have about 80 or 90% vaccinated people, then the country will be open. People reckon that the vaccination, a lot of people are against the vaccination. The government have achieved 70 anyway. So we just have 15 more, 10 or 15 more before we continue our normal life. But people went out today and rally and they got in problem with the police and attacked police and all those things. I really don't support that because what happened is that we have a lot of vulnerable people that have lesser immune system. So we just wish that things will be okay for them. That's why I don't support them to do the riot, and I hope that the riot will stop. And people will do the right thing and allow the government to continue what they're doing, and hope that we got that 80 or 90% vaccination. Okay, saying this again, guys, I want to say thank you everyone for watching, and T Diploma for calling in and sharing his view on Fani Kayode. So I must say thank you, and thank you everybody. Stay safe. Whenever you watch this, please share and go to our YouTube, support our YouTube and things like that. Stay safe and let's play a music. I play this music, flavor music as we go. Thank you very much for watching this program, and I hope you have a wonderful time and enjoy yourself and stay safe. And see you guys again next week for a wonderful edition. And thank you, Chief Diplomat, for calling and sharing your idea with us tonight. Like you said, I believe Femi Kayode have his own freedom of speech and freedom of movement and freedom of choice. Yeah, wherever he think that is best for him, that people can use him more, then he can join and do that. So actually, wish him best, mostly for the rest of the country, and I hope corruption will not be fruitful in the nation again, and people will be able to do the right thing and see that the nation move forward. Stay safe. What will be the future you see?